Hello, I'm Katie and this is Evaluation Task 1, and I will be discussing how my final media product uses, develops and challenges forms of real media products. So in my first entrance to my music video, so my first shot, I have decided to use a clip from a very indie style music video. I wanted to use the piano as a prop in the opening scene due to its connotations. I felt like each key linked to the emotion of deep anger from one end, and then as the camera zoomed out from the other end, it went to like, the more light, happier, more like kind of like higher keys, and it showed kind of the upcoming emotions, what's going to happen as I panned down the other way of the piano. The piano is also a key instrument heard in the song, so I believe that it will subconsciously link the mind to the sounds of the piano and link the audience and viewers into the music video more, as they'll be hearing more of the key notes due to the image of the piano being promoted at the start. I then overlaid this from of like an image which I used from Lana Del Rey's music video Born to Die. I used this at the start due to the positioning of the two looking quite awkward, meaning like the lack of love, and you can see maybe the upcoming themes and issues which may be happening. So I then mimicked this with my two main characters. So Jasmine and Kyle, my two actors, I positioned them identically, well not too similarly, so it made had my own feel to the way that Lana Del Rey and her partner or actor is doing. And I put these images at the start and the end due to how the toxic relationship is so hard to get rid of. You can see at the start they're in the same frame as they are at the end, so they can't actually let go of this relationship, even though it's so toxic for both of them. I believe I was pastiching Lana Del Rey's music video here because most of her videos involve violence. So I thought if I used a keyframe of hers in my music video, I could link the audience to the themes of violence and stuff through the ideas of hers and mine, making mine have a more stronger effect. Although I wanted my own authenticity and my own feel to it, I still had that idea due to the idea of overlaying the piano on top of the original frame. Yeah, that's kind of what I did. Here I used the ideas of the connotations of the colour red and the idea of the authenticity of the old-fashioned type style. So I used a mahogany coloured background and overlaid it with the dancers. But I used the idea from Lana Del Rey's opening scene of Burning Desire. She has a lot of dark colours to connotate the idea of sexuality, love, the idea of a burning desire to see this man but can't see her due to the repression. So I wanted to, strongly from the start, use the colours of reds and deep colours from the lipstick as well. I also used the ideas of her makeup to allure the audience more into the characteristics of the facial movements, the emotions, and yeah, mostly like that. I believe by using one key colour like Lana Del Rey does, not many other music videos actually use a key colour throughout to promote a certain meaning or emotion. So I thought this challenged the idea of different media products, as my music video used a key colour. I also took strong influence from Chet Faker's music video Gold. Although they're rollerblading or roller skating up a road, their use of fluid movements and hand movements and gestures and contemporary movements made basically I took this idea and I put it into my own way of dancing, and I asked the dancers to perform a contemporary piece but use very fluid kind of abusive movements, so it kind of looked like they're being suffocated. So I have a part where they are putting their hands up to their faces, almost like they're being like told to being told off or like being suffocated by the man. Even though there is no man in my piece, I've used 4 girls. The use of contemporary dance, I feel, really challenges the idea of modern day music videos, as its contemporary dance is being used a lot more. So I involved it to make a more different and more unique upcoming style to a music video as well. So I really feel that I made the music video look unique, and it challenged the forms in general and developed the idea of how contemporary dance can link to so many aspects of abuse, my themes and issues, and many other aspects like that. So I also found a video, it's not a music video, it's a speech from 2 dancers, and they were just talking how dance really allows you to express your emotions. So I used the idea from this, and I thought I didn't originally want to have a dance piece in it, and after a while I thought actually dance would be such a good idea in my piece to create emotions and messages throughout by using gestures and movements, which is another different way rather than using a lip syncing or an act. I use the idea of dance. So the I didn't use the common type of contemporary dance. I used a more soft version due to the limited styles of dance which my actors could do, because the dancers that are shown here are very skilled. So I used dancers which are obviously very skilled at their style, but due to the lifts, I didn't really want to involve them as well. Here I have actually used an idea from another Lana Del Rey video. My music video was actually basically more off Lana Del Rey's music videos than anything else, due to the idea of abuse and mental and social violence. So here I used a very 3D effect to create the blurred ways of like how, mimicking the way of how my protagonist's mind is now being messed up by how bad this relationship is being. So in Lana Del Rey's music video, Blue Jeans, you can see here they've used the effect of kind of blurring her out, making her seem like she's fading away, this relationship is killing her. So I used that idea in my music video although I had very limited editing software, I chose an overlay and I edited it to go slightly right and changed the opacity. So it made it look like a 3D effect and a shadow, mimicking actually herself. So you can see like kind of almost three of her. So you can see the shadow which I filmed and the three bodies which I've edited in to create this very blurred way of reality and how she's now stuck. Everything's changing and smearing away from her. She's losing control. Her body is falling apart. It's basically her mind almost being blurred by this toxic relationship. Yeah, so that's kind of why I did it. And not many music videos use the 3D effect due to complex editing techniques, but I found a very easy way of doing it. As well as most music videos want to have very clear quality, but due to my messages, I want my messages to come across more strongly. I used the idea from Lana Del Rey's music video to conform that idea strongly and make it look a lot different to what most music videos look like. I also used the idea of using an overhead shot of cinematography to film my protagonist from above, showing all her emotions, her posture, her hair, her lying on the floor to represent her grounding and how she's fallen so far down, she's now lost, and kind of like the damsel in distress here, and how she's so exhausted, she's lying on her back in despair. And I also again took this from Lana Del Rey's Blue Jeans, but I was going to film this in a swimming pool, but due to my camera basically halfway through filming breaking, I didn't manage to get this effect. So unfortunately, it's just in my lip syncing part, but I believe it gives the same effect of her despair. But although the water isn't surrounding her face, you can see her facial expressions and her hair more clearly. Um, Again, further on, I have used this shot, but I've done the 3D effect again to create what I literally just said in my previous voice recording. And again, the idea of the upside down technique mimics the emotions and how the message of how she's falling to the ground from this relationship as it's forcing her to, well, basically something which she can't give, and how she's really lost and emotionless. I didn't actually originally have the water in my music video, but from my audience feedback, I was told to use another narrative. So I used a narrative of being water to mimic emotions. I have there's not many shots, but quite a few shots of my protagonist in the water, playing with it, almost feeling free, and the water's mimicking her sadness and how she's close to drowning herself, and she's playing with it with her hair and swirling in it, almost swirling in emotions and temptations of death. Um, I didn't, again, due to my camera breaking halfway through filming, I didn't get the shots I really wanted, but I did add them in anyway to create that idea of emotions. Finally, the idea of the use of props. The prop of the microphone throughout, I've been told it loses the believability of the lip sync, but I think it adds to the 1920s kind of feel of, although it's quite a modern mic, due to not being able to find an old-fashioned mic, I wanted the idea of her singing into this microphone, wanting to project her voice to all the women out there going through domestic violence. And if she didn't have that mic, I feel like it would have taken away from the emotions and the message I'm trying to tell throughout. And I really like the idea of using this mic because again it creates the authenticity of a music video, how it would normally look. But again, most music videos don't actually use a mic, but it's mostly, again, Lana Del Rey uses a mic, and a few other music videos such as Adele's uses an old-fashioned microphone. But I wanted to use a microphone purely just to actually promote that idea of emotion and believability and old-fashioned style and keeping it in link with Lana Del Rey's Burning Desire, a real movie, movie and music video. Um, then I overlaid this, of course, with dance to create more emotion and stuff as well. But yeah, I probably haven't gone into specific detail enough about why it's conformed, but I overall believe that my products and conventions and the costume and lighting all conform to main media products, but I didn't really base my music video off many music videos. I actually created it myself because I wanted to have my own touch to my music video. I didn't want to base it on other people's stories, and although Lana Del Rey has given me a strong influence, I haven't really wanted to use many ideas of hers because she has her own style and my style isn't obviously the same as hers. So yes, I use the same colours and a few of the same shots, but I believe mine actually, it conforms to media products, but and it uses and develops and actually challenges forms of how real life is portrayed through music videos. But I believe it's done in my own way and my own style rather than Lana Del Rey's or Chet Faker's or any other music video style. So yeah, I hope you enjoy um, how my music video conforms to these and how I've developed this and why I've done this. And yeah, thank you very much for listening.